Today we're going to be playing the Modern Warfare 3 beta. Before we get into this video, I just seriously wanted to thank you guys for all the love and support on the recent videos. It seriously means the world to me. At this point, I've just been playing the beta for fun because I'm already at max level and they're not going to be raising the cap until the next open beta weekend. At the time of me recording this, it's the 10th and the next beta period starts on the 12th, I believe, or it starts for the 12th if you pre-ordered it on the other platforms. So the next time that I play this beta, I'm going to be over on Xbox since that's where I pre-ordered the Vault edition of the game, so I'm also going to be able to use like the Captain Price and the Makarov skins and stuff like that. I believe that it's also going to be an open beta. It's very confusing how all of this works. So basically, on the 12th, it's going to be an open beta for PlayStation. So if you're on PlayStation, you'll get to play it no matter what. But if you're on Xbox or PC, you have to have had pre-ordered the game before that to be able to play during that beta period. It's really confusing. Like I was saying in last night's video, I'm absolutely loving this beta, and that still holds true. Like, it is just, I am so excited for the full game, man. It's sad that it's still like a month out, but it is what it is. I'll cope somehow. Next weekend, they'll also be adding another map into the rotation, that being High Rise, and man, I'm so excited to get on that map and start sniping. I'm also really excited for the full game launches and all of the MW2 weapons to carry over, because then obviously we'll have the interventions, as that's an MW2. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd finally be able to say 1v1v on Rust, and you'd actually be able to go on Rust and use the intervention to get, man, I'm so excited. Speaking of sniper rifles, I didn't snipe it all in last night's video, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that today. This is the KV Inhibitor. This thing is really good. It's a semi-auto sniper rifle, and as long as you hit them like chest to head level, you'll one-shot them, no problem. Quickscoping in this game isn't necessarily hard to do. It's just, there's something about the response of the aim. It's one of those game feel things, right? Where it's something that you'll just have to adjust to. There's obviously going to be like attachments and stuff to help with that, but it's like, it's hard to like quickscope in this game as of now, just because like, as you can see with it, there's something about the ADS times and the way that it like pulls up. The amount of frames where the scope is actually like visible on your screen, you spend more time pulling the gun up than you do actually like, you know, shooting somebody in the face. Unfortunately, I can't speak on any of the other sniper rifles because right now this is like the only sniper that we have in the beta. There's also a marksman rifle, but that's not necessarily the same thing. And even then, it's not like a bolt action or anything. It's literally just like a semi-auto. So it basically just feels like, you know, any other semi-auto marksman rifle ever. The one thing that I really hope they iron out before the full game comes out is like the visibility. As of now, this is like a wide, like if you've played the beta, you already know what I'm about to say, but it's really hard to tell who the enemies and who the good guys are. Like, you're even seeing it in this video. I promise it's not a bitrate thing. That literally is just like the game itself. There's so many times where I go to shoot my teammates because like I literally can't tell if it's with a teammate or a bad guy, and I'm not willing to take that chance. This is pretty common knowledge. Like, if you played the original MW2 back in the day, visibility wasn't necessarily a huge issue, but there was a couple of maps. I don't know if it was something with the color tone or the contrast of the maps or something, but yeah, there was a couple of times where enemies would either blend into the map or it was like, you know, you'd accidentally end up shooting your teammate because it was like, oh, I didn't know that was a teammate. I thought that was a bad guy. However, that applies to literally any Call of Duty game ever, and even then, it wasn't that widespread of an issue, or at least not as bad as it is here in MW3. As it stands, I wouldn't say that it's necessarily game-breaking or something that it's like, oh my gosh, if they don't change this, the game is ruined, but at the same time, yeah, they definitely need to work on it at least a little bit. Oh yeah, what? Somebody stole, oh wow. After playing this beta, I'm really interested to go back and play like the OG MW2 just to see like how different do they feel? Like, obviously in MW3 we have all this new movement and there's all these new guns and this, that, and the other, but like, you know, when you play this back to back with MW2, especially when it comes to like how the maps flow, it's just, I don't know, man, there's something about MW3 where I feel like the maps are flowing a bit differently than they used to. Again, it's not necessarily due to their design. I literally think it's just because it's like a new generation of players that are playing this game compared to like obviously when we were playing MW2 back in the day. Yeah, see, that's the one thing, man. I don't really like how when you go, like, when you try to slide, it automatically puts you into the attack stance thing. It's just, oh, attack stance. If they want it to be viable, they need to increase how accurate you are when you're in attack stance, because as of now, it's like, you might as well just be hip firing. I ain't gonna play Ring Around the Rosie with you. He tried to jump in my face. Yeah, you pay the consequences. No, someone, oh man, no, I was so close to getting my strings and then somebody pulled that finishing move off on me. It may have been defeated, but at least I got to pop off a little bit, man. That Beta Ripper SMG is like, it's one of those things, man, where if you're landing body shots, it feels like a pea shooter, but if you're aiming for the head, oh, it hits. I don't think they mentioned if gun tuning is returning. They might have. I might have just missed it, but I don't think that it's going to be returning this year. Honestly, I don't see the point for it, right? Like, when you look at classic Call of Duty and the attachments, we used to have, like, quick draw, foregrip, fast mags, that was that. Nowadays, we have like 5 million different underbarrels, 5 million different rear grips, like all these different stocks, right? Like how much more complex is it? Do we really need individual tunings within those 5 million different Is there not enough options? I like the idea of customizability, but it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, is that really necessary? Like I said, it's a beta, it's not gonna be perfect. Y'all have probably noticed that in this video too, but there's a couple times you're like, man, textures just literally won't load for like a solid minute. It's not a huge deal. I mean, a lot of the pros playing on PC usually play with like low graphic settings anyway, with like, you know, high draw distances and all that. You know, that's what they call like the pro settings. Granted, I am playing off of an external hard drive, but still, like, I've never had this issue with, I mean, there's like been a couple of games, sometimes, like, you know, their pop-in exists, but not to the extent that it happens in this game, man. Sometimes I'll be running on like literally nothing, like at the beginning of the match, where it was literally just like a blue void. The Striker is also, oh, there it is. Now all the graphics are finally loading in. I love this Striker. I don't understand why they stopped calling the guns what they're actually supposed to be. That's kind of like a continuity error, if you ask me, because like in Modern Warfare 1, you still had weapons like the AK-47 and, you know, the M45, and now we're in Modern Warfare 3, and we got like, you know, the Cast-Off 7.62 from MW2 is going to be in this game, and then we got things like the Striker. I guess they didn't feel like paying for the licensing fees in order to get the real names anymore, but I don't know. I just feel like that leads to some like in-universe continuity errors between the names of the weapons. Call of Duty Vanguard had the correct weapon, and so did Black Ops Cold War, so is this just an Infinity War? Well, no, because this game's being made by Sledgehammer as well. Is it an Activision thing? Oh, that was so clean. I try to go on trees, but man, there's always that one guy. Man, I walked into it. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, the visibility is so bad that neither me or that person knew that, like, we were teammates. Oh, that headshot was so clean. Huh? There it is, there's the victory. But anyway, yeah, this is the last day of the MW3 beta for now, and then in 2 days on Thursday, it's gonna be going live on Xbox, so... I record my videos early in the morning, which will probably be before the beta actually goes live, so I'm assuming I'll have another beta video out by Friday. At that point, I'll be doing what I did with this beta. I'll just be hopping on, grinding to max level immediately, and, yeah. But anyway, as always, a massive shout out, thank you to all the Patreons and channel members, thank you to all of you in the low baller tier, new bigger shout out, thank you to all of you in the big baller tier, Middle Asking, and Big Daddy Matty, the biggest shout out, thank you all to all of you in the G tier, Run Adventures, and Little Cheese Girl, thank you guys so much, you guys are literal legends, I love you. Thank you guys for watching, have an amazing day, stay beautiful, I love you all, peace.